Ash vs. Evil Dead episode 5, count 'em, 5. Host. Hell of a lot better than episode 4. Episode 4 to me kind of it didn't focus really on anything. It was basically just Ash hallucinating in his dream world, talking to his pet lizard Eli. Yeah. But episode 5, it really got things going. I'll talk about a few highlights. Again, a brief review because I've only just seen it. I'm not too sure if this is the last episode of the first season. I think there's going to be about 10 episodes for the first season. I've just read. Am I Jonathan Wass? I've just read on Wiki. So the highlights of this video. Well, I'll tell you what it's about first before I get into the highlights. Again, this is unscripted because it's a brief review and I've just seen it. It starts off of a recap of episode 4, as usual. And then it goes on to Ash being tied up or bounded because in the 4th episode he was choking Kelly, he was dreaming. No, he wasn't dreaming. He was actually choking Kelly within a dream, but he was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like taking the demon back. I don't know. By doing that, and the demon couldn't, or the Deadite couldn't touch Ash. And then he started to choke Kelly, and then Pablo's uncle came in and stopped him. Pablo knocked Ash out, and then Ash gets bounded. And then this episode picks straight up where 4th left off, and Kelly is still the demon. These are all going to be spoilers. Kelly is still the demon, and she's bullshitting, saying, as the demon, she's bullshitting, saying, "Oh, he just came in and started choking me and all that bollocks." And then I like it how Pablo's uncle, Pablo, and Kelly are all having one conversation, and Ash is just in the background, just mumbling, going, "Oh, you fucking," like that. I couldn't really make out what he was saying. All I could hear was, the only thing I could really hear was she's lying through her teeth. That's all I could hear. But it was a really, really good episode. This was. So skipping ahead a bit, Pablo and Kelly are in the trailer. Just what can I say? Just relaxing. I'll put it that way. Whilst Pablo's uncle is trying to do something with Ash. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was like trying to get rid of the demon or something, because Pablo's uncle is led to believe that Ash is a demon. And what the fuck was that? I don't know. Yeah. So I really need to script these videos because it's just a lot of so I need to script these videos. Sorry about the noise outside. Can you fuck off? Sorry. So yeah. So Kelly and Pablo are in the trailer, and Kelly, as the demon, because the demon is not exorcised from her yet, Kelly starts to seduce Pablo as the demon. And I think the funniest bit about that was they found Ash's stash of weed in the trailer, and Kelly says to Pablo, "Get a pipe." But he took his time getting a pipe, so she just got Ash's boomstick and started smoking it through there. So then Kelly, or I should say the demon, asks Pablo to take a whiff, or a drag, or whatever. And Pablo's like, "Oh, I'll just stick to a Mountain Dew." And she's like, "Nah, if you take a whiff, I'll let you get really close to me, if you know what I mean." And Pablo's like, oh, okay. But, however, Kelly has stashed a tiny little shotgun shell, or a boomstick shell, within her boot. And the plan was, as he smokes that, Kelly pops in the shell, and then pulls the trigger because he had it back there, and then she would pull the trigger, and there we go. But it cuts back to Pablo and his Pablo's uncle and Ash, and then he finally gets unbound and says, "Look, I'm not a demon." And then that's when they hear the chaos in the trailer, and they all come in, and they all see Kelly as the demon. I thought that was done quite well, actually. I thought it was done pretty well. So they all have a bit of a scrap in the trailer, and Ash accidentally blows the top half of his trailer roof off. It just makes a little hole in the roof of the trailer, and he goes, "Ah, oh, damn it! I just taped her up." I thought it was pretty funny. And then it cuts to the next scene where Pablo's uncle, I really don't know, is it Brujo? I'm just gonna say Brujo. And Ash then bound Kelly to where Ash was bounded, and they're basically trying to exorcise the demon from Kelly. But it's really, really difficult this time. It's exactly the same demon from episode 4. There's nothing different or anything like that. But it's really hard to try and exorcise this demon because there's just no way of getting it out at all. So while all this is going on, Amanda, the agent, and Nobi, are still trying to track down Ash. And Ruby has on her glove compartment, on the car, basically. In the car, she has Ash's severed hand, and it guides them to Ash. So it starts twitching, and then it finally goes like that, and then it turns left. And then that hand guides them to Ash. But back to the subject. That's the only time you see Amanda and Ruby in this episode. So I'm guessing in like episode 6, there's going to be more of them as the episodes go on, which is good because I really want to see like Ash and like his evil hand again. I want to see what he would say to the evil hand or something like that after seeing it for like from 30 years. So yeah, it's really hard to get rid of this demon. So Pablo then decides to become the host, basically, to basically get rid of the demon inside Kelly and put it into him. And his uncle's like, "No, you can't do that, you can't do that." And whilst him and his uncle are discussing the situation outside, Ash is stuck with Kelly inside. And this is one of the highlights, I think. Kelly, in a normal form now, goes, "Ash, you know what you've got to do? You've got to kill me." And Ash is like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, I can't do that." And then he does. He has the guts to point the boomstick at her. So I'm guessing he was going to do it. And she says, "Just put a cross on my grave, okay?" And Ash takes a moment to realise that Kelly is Jewish. And he says, "Kelly's Jewish. Fuck you." And yeah, because it's the Deadite, isn't it? So they trick the humans. And the Deadite's like, "Oh, can't blame a demon for trying." I really have to stop doing impressions. I suck at them. I really do. I can only do Homer Simpson. Sorry. Off topic. But yeah, so I thought that was the highlight. And then finally, throughout the episode, the demon finally comes out of Kelly, and it's so weird how it does that, because Pablo's like, "Kelly, I know you can hear me. It's me." And the demon's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna come out now." And this red hand, it's all done in CG. This was. I thought the CG looked a bit meh, but it's fine. It's fine because it's for TV. This weird hand comes out of Kelly's mouth, and it's the demon's hand. It just comes out like that, and then it grabs Pablo, chucks him to the one side of the room as it comes out of Kelly's mouth. And then there's a big confrontation between Ash and the Deadite. And the Deadite unfortunately ends up killing Pablo's uncle by tossing him to one side of the room. He does a flip and then he lands on a sharp object, and that kills him. And how Ash killed the Deadite was it was cool. I thought it was cool. He basically remembers what he said. Shoot first, think later. I think that's what he said. And so because this Deadite can shapeshift and everything, he chucks up his shotgun in the air. He does like an Army of Darkness style thing here, like where he was in the pit in Army of Darkness. He chucks up his boomstick in the air, swipes his chainsaw, and then the Deadite disappears, because the Deadite knows it's going to be attacked, so it disappears. Grabs the boomstick as it finally comes down, the Deadite reappears, and he blows its brains out. Now I thought he was going to be out of shells, because as it clicked, it made the sound as if to say, oh, there's no shells left. But it did it in slow motion, so it went because when it went, I went, oh, he's got no shells left. What is he going to, what's he going to do? But he did. He ended up blowing the Deadite's brains off, and it was all green and liquidy and all that. And so at the end of this episode, Kelly is now free from the evil, and they end up burning Pablo's uncle. And Pablo's uncle drops this necklace. Pablo thinks it's a sign, as if to say, he's trying to tell me something. And if you remember in the previous episode, Pablo built Ash a new hand, a robotic hand. It kind of looked like the Power Glove from NES. Was it NES or Nintendo? I'm just going to say Nintendo, I don't know. I wasn't around in those times. Yeah, it kind of looks like the Power Glove, but as Ash puts it on his hand, he does it like the Army of Darkness style. I thought he was going to say groovy when he put it on his hand, but he didn't. Groovy. No, he did all the and all that shit. And then he gives Pablo the finger. And then, I don't know what I'm talking about here, to be fair. But anyhow, Ash has got his new hand. Hopefully he will use his chainsaw and not just this. I don't know what this does. I think it's just a robotic hand, like in Army of Darkness. I don't think it does anything. I think it's just like a hand, so he can, like Pablo said, so he can drive with two hands. So that's that. That's it pretty much for Ash vs Evil Dead episode 5. The host. I apologise if I bragged on this video. I really need to start scripting these videos because I just find myself going, what? Just repeating myself. So yeah, that's it for Ash vs Evil Dead episode 5. Thanks for watching, and I'll sure to be do a review on episode 6 when it comes out next Saturday, I think. Yeah. Obviously, this episode came out yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday, so I just watched it today and reviewed it today. So that's it. So bye. What the fuck was that? I do apologise.